Shots of Brown, shots of Brown, black, black, black. Show 'em on the track, show 'em on the track. Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot. Shots of Brown, you can take it straight or on the rock. Shots of Brown, on this platform it goes down. Shots of Brown, they know it ain't no cap on Shots of Brown. Take a shot.
Yo, welcome back to Shots of Brown, baby. Listen, I am your host, Shayne Brown. If you're new here, you know what to do here. Hit that subscribe button, man. Like, share, follow the content. Also hit that notification bell so you can be the first one to get the content as soon as it drop. Although I get a lot of people saying that they be hitting that notification bell and they never get the notifications. YouTube, y'all gotta do better on that. But listen, I want to get back on the topic of my aunt, Whitney Houston. I want to get back on the topic of her being unalived. So what I did was, and also so today will be about this character, Raffles Van Exel. I did a little research on him. And also, whoever's watching the video, if you watching and you know a little more about Raffles and we can tie the pieces together, I need your assistance because I'm about to dig deep into everyone who was there on that scene and we're going to break it down right here. But I'm going to start with this Raffles character. So if you have any information on Raffles, man, join the conversation. Drop me a comment, please. Let's get this conversation started. Rest in peace, Auntie Whitney. Rest in peace, Bobby Chris. So this Raffles character, as I'm looking into him, it's probably been about a good week and a half. I've probably been looking into him. If you ain't already following Shots of Brown on Instagram, make sure you follow Shots of Brown on Instagram as well. Been looking into him for about a week and a half, doing my research on him on YouTube, Google, his Instagram, you know, just everything that I can find on him. Quite a damn, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Let's just crack this. It's just common sense, but we're gonna crack this though. We're gonna crack this. Me personally, I don't know Raffles. Never met Raffles. Raffles must be someone who came around Auntie Whitney after Uncle B and Auntie Whitney got divorced. I believe, as I'm doing my research on Raffles, I believe that Raffles had to come in through Ray J. Because as I'm looking, I'm seeing that him and Ray J had a connection from years and years and years back through Michael Jackson. Somehow, this Raffles character was involved with the Jackson family. And there's a lot more that I've seen. We're going to break it down. But I've seen that from seeing something that him and Ray J did on YouTube, that they spoke about him being involved with the Jackson family. So as I'm doing my research, you know, he claims to be a music producer. I see him working with CeeLo Green as of recently. But, you know, he claims to be a music producer, a big, a philanthropist. I wrote notes, I'm looking down. Influential consultant to some of the biggest names in the business and global companies. This is his resume. So I see he got a publicist too by the name of Mary Lamel of Platinum Star PR, public relations. So I'm gonna reach out to these people as well. But I just want to give y'all a little backstory of the research that I've done on this character, Raffles Van Exel, right? So I'm doing my research on him, and I told you that he worked his way in. He was with the Jackson family for a second. So as I do my research on this guy, I see that he also worked his way in on the Prince, on Prince's family, the late great Prince. Rest in peace to Prince. Prince left his estate to his siblings. Prince had a, give me 1 second, y'all, I wrote it. Prince had a sibling, though, I believe his name was Alfred. Yeah, his name was Alfred. And this is all allegedly because I'm just doing my research, and I want everybody, if you have anything or you know of this, any information on this, feel free, please. I need you to say something. But he had Prince had a brother by the name of Alfred, and Alfred Jackson. So he convinced Alfred Jackson to sell 90% of Prince's estate to Primary Wave, right? Now remember this, because remember Primary Wave, because remember Primary Wave. He gets Alfred Jackson, the brother of Prince, convinces him to make a deal with Primary Wave, sell 90% of the estate rights to a company called Primary Wave. Through a lawyer friend of his by the name of Leonardo Stark, who was O.J. Simpson's lawyer, and I believe, and the thing was, this Raffles guy wrote a book. He was involved in that book, that O.J. Simpson book, If I Would Have Done It, or whatever the name of that book was. But Leonardo Stark is the one who was a close friend, is a close friend of this Raffles guy. But he closed this deal with the Prince estate, Primary Wave, Raffles, and all them. He's the one who closed this deal, this lawyer. So Alfred Jackson sells 90% of Prince's estate to Primary Wave. Primary Wave, so once he sells it, the deal is done. But not even 24 hours after he signs it over, Alfred Jackson is dead. I'm not saying that he had nothing, that Raffles had anything to do with this, but it's mighty odd. And listen to why it's mighty odd. And it's all allegedly, like I said, this is from what I'm seeing, the research that I've done on this man. But listen to this. 30 days prior to this, I'm seeing that, I read that Alfred Jackson changed his will and put this guy, Raffles Van Exel, in the will. So he puts Raffles in the will. They close the deal. Alfred Jackson signs, and then within 24 hours, he's deceased. God rest his soul. Mighty fishy to me. So I'm doing my research on Raffles concerning Auntie Whitney. He was there in that hotel when Auntie Whitney passed. These are things that came out his own mouth. He was in the hotel somewhere on the 4th floor, right? Okay. Another thing that came out of Raffles' own mouth is that he went in Auntie Whitney's room and cleaned up the room before the police arrived on the scene. He did an interview with a Dutch magazine, because I believe he's like from Amsterdam or something over there. But he did an interview with a Dutch magazine and said he cleaned the room, saying that he cleaned the room and that somebody had to do it. Blah, blah, blah. And he also said that the police didn't want to investigate because for some odd reason, I got it wrote down when I see it, but the police didn't want to investigate it, but they knew of this. When have you ever seen, somebody tampering with evidence and it's not a charge behind that? It's not nothing. It's not spoke about. It's nothing. That's a charge, man. You went in. What was the point for you to go in there and be touching and doing anything? So then I'm looking at this Raffles guy. So I'm like, that's weird. You went in there and you admitted to going in there and cleaning up some things. Okay. And I know a lot of y'all see that video that's online of Raffles running out the back of the hotel when the ambulance is up there after Auntie Whitney was unalived. He's running out the back and he's covering up somebody. And a lot of people on the internet seem to think that he was covering up Ray J. That wasn't Ray J. He was covering up Nick Gordon. That was Nick Gordon he was covering up. And as I seen that video, I seen Uncle T standing down there on the phone by the ambulance. And then I seen, on the video, you'll see Raffles running down after he puts Nick in the car. And in the front seat was Brandy. Brandy, if you know Brandy and Max Lux from Loving Hip Hop LA. Now, the reason why I say I believe Raffles comes from Ray J, and another thing is the connection there is Ray J and Auntie Whitney got connected through Brandy, because Brandy comes from that camp. Brandy been around us because Brandy is actually Uncle Bobby's goddaughter, but her claim to fame is she's Whitney Houston's goddaughter. She's always been Uncle Bobby's goddaughter. But she runs with that. She's Whitney Houston's goddaughter bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But she was in the front seat. So I'm pretty sure Brandy is the one who was the connection with Ray J and Auntie Whitney, because she was like this with Ray J. Understand that? And then it trickled down, to Raffles coming from that Ray J camp as well. But yeah, that was Nick Gordon that Raffles was running out the back of that hotel with, covering up who he put in that back seat. So I'm furthermore looking into the Raffles character. So then I'm also looking in, and then I'm seeing there was somebody who was connected to the Jackson family by the name of George Benson, who claims that Raffles stole $25,000 from the Jackson family. So it's been a lot of things. It's a lot of shady business with this Raffles character. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shady business with this Raffles character. I just broke it down to you about the estate, the Prince estate that he sold to Primary Wave. Now, why that's mighty odd is that, okay, so Raffles had a relationship with Primary Wave, obviously, because he's already closed the deal on the estate, Prince's estate with Primary Wave, right? He's on the scene when Auntie Whitney is unalived. You're running Nick Gordon out the back door. You know what I'm saying? You went in there and cleaned up the room. Somebody had to do it. That's what you said. In that Dutch interview that you did. I will literally, I just want to see these people face to face. But let me just get this out. So, he's on scene. And we're going to break down Pat. We're going to break down Mary's story. We're going to break down everybody. Ray. Ray is Pat's brother. He was security of Auntie Whitney. We're gonna break it all down. But then I'm looking and seeing that allegedly that this dude is the one who actually took that picture of Auntie Whitney in the casket, and he's the one who sold it. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who sold the casket picture. And at the same time, he sold the casket picture. Because I remember around that time, a lot of people was blaming that casket picture on saying that my mother sold that casket picture. And for obvious reasons, because she did the National Enquirer picture. So when that came out, I remember a lot of people, the word going around that my mother did it, but we were so fucked up about Auntie Whitney that we wasn't even focused on that, because we knew that we wasn't even there at Auntie Whitney's funeral. Know what I'm saying? So so we never even paid attention to that narrative. But this asshole here is the one who allegedly sold that picture, and he was protected by Pat in the process of all that. And we all know that Pat is a snake, and I know that there's a lot of y'all who support Auntie Whitney Houston, and feel as if Pat is a real one in Whitney's corner. And maybe y'all feel that way because she probably gives y'all things. I don't know. I don't know why y'all would feel that way. I mean, and if you're a Pat Houston supporter, please just drop it in the comment and let me know why you would feel that Pat Houston is in charge, should be in charge of running Whitney's estate. Why do you feel that she is good? She really loved Whitney and Chrissy. Explain that. When this lady clearly was recorded talking down on Auntie Whitney and Chrissy. She had no love for Auntie Whitney nor Chrissy, nor did Gary have any love for his sister nor his niece. Their hands are dirty in this whole thing. Know what I'm saying? But even Pat, and I'm going to get down to Pat, but I'm going to just say this. Even Pat, you work for Whitney Houston. She put you in position. This is Grammy night. You supposedly said you went to Neiman Marcus and you was shopping. Auntie Whitney blowing your phone, calling your phone. You ain't answering her phone calls. This is Grammy night. This is Whitney Houston we talking about on Grammy night. Your boss calling you and you don't answer on the phone? Wow. Why? 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 Make that make sense. On Grammy night, you are the woman. This is the biggest night in music business every year. One of the biggest nights. You are dealing with one of the biggest names in the music business, Whitney Houston. And she's calling your phone and you refuse to answer the phone call. You have to make that make sense, ma'am. Because it makes none whatsoever. But we're gonna get to that. Right now we're gonna get on this Raffles clown. Because we're gonna crack this. We're gonna get down to the bottom of this, because I want to see all you motherfuckers rot and burn in hell. I really truly do. Everyone who was involved. And I truly feel that the day is gonna come. I truly feel it in my heart. Let me tell y'all something else too. True story, I swear to God, I swear to Jesus Christ on my children. I had went on Google probably like a week ago, and I had Googled Raffles and Auntie Whitney, and I had screenshotted some pictures of them. And I had posted one of them on my damn Instagram channel last week. Because I was just letting them know, like, okay, letting y'all know I'm working on this, I'm cooking. Sunday, was this Sunday? No. Saturday night. And this is if anybody follows me on my Facebook channel. My Facebook. I don't really do a lot of talking on Facebook. I just might post over this every once in a blue moon. But look, so Saturday night I'm out. I was moving on all weekend, right? So Saturday night I'm out. I'm in Walmart. My last little thing that I did was in Walmart. It was probably about 11. No, because Walmart closed at 11. I got to Walmart. It was about 10:45. I posted me in Walmart. Boom. And I put my phone in my pocket, leave, go to Walmart. By the time I get to the house, I look at my phone. I go back to the damn Facebook, and when I click it, I seen a picture was posted. Like it did it in my pocket because on my children I didn't do it, but it posted a picture of Auntie Whitney, Bobby Chris, and this Raffles character. And I'm a person who pays attention to the signs, like everything. That was a sign to me. So I took that as that was a sign of Auntie Whitney saying to me, you on the right track. Because out of all pictures on my phone, how did that picture just post? How? But so that was a sign to me, like Auntie Whitney telling me, nephew, you on the right track. Keep this going. Keep this going. I swear to God on my life, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I swear. And it might not have been nothing. It might have just been a coincidence. But I literally just put my phone in my pocket, and that shit went through the whole process of uploading that picture on its own. I swear to God on my children. I just wanted to share that though. But I feel like I'm on the right track on what I'm doing though. But back to this Raffles character. So, but I was just talking about Pat. So yeah, so come on now. This is Whitney Houston on Grammy night, and you mean to tell me, Pat, come on. You ain't answering the phone for him? But either or, let's get back. I'm going to get on Pat, and I'm going to get on Mary, and I'm going to get on everything. But let's get on this. So, so I believe Raffles was the one that took that fucking picture. But look, so now remember I told you Primary Wave. He closed that deal with Prince's family and Primary Wave. Now, Auntie Whitney, 50% of her estate is owned by Primary Wave. So I'm wondering, how did him and Alicia build a relationship and he brokered that deal? Him and Alicia cool. It just, you around all these stars who was unalived, and y'all all in they fucking business. And you done butted yourself in the wrong fucking business on this one, brother. I swear you have. I swear you have. Because I don't give a fuck who you affiliated with or which. Because I'm not scared of you, nigga. You're going to have to do what you got to do about mine. I promise you that. But yeah. So you around all these celebrities and all these people who is just unalived, and you in all their business. Now all of a sudden, Auntie Whitney, 50% of her estate is owned by Primary Wave as well. But I'm looking up this Raffles character, and I'm seeing he was born in Amsterdam. And I see too. So they said after Auntie Whitney was unalived, he appeared in the lobby with an actor, Quentin Aaron from The Blind Side, who was the football player. He claims they was producing movies. He was producing movies with him or whatever. But yeah, they said he was spotted down in the lobby with him. You know what I'm saying? as I'm doing my investigation, there was another guy on Instagram. On YouTube by the name of Douglas T. Green. And if you're watching this and if anybody can get in contact with him, I would love to have him on this channel to get a little more information. But he was a person who worked with Raffles Van Exel and says that he's never got paid. He was a scam artist, blah, blah, blah. So I would love to get him on this channel. And I would love for everybody who took the time out to watch this video. I appreciate you. Please get the conversation started. If you have any more information on this clown, please drop it and let's really dig deep into this and get this thing going. But yeah, so Raffles, man, that's where we at. And this is just part one. We're gonna keep this going. I'm about to come with everybody who was there on this scene, who was there with Auntie Whitney in her last days. We're gonna really crack this shit, man. But I love and I appreciate y'all, man. If you took the time out to watch this video, I told you I just took notes. I took notes. So I didn't mean to aggravate you if you see me looking down and reading, because I'm trying to make sure I get everything in there. But Raffles Van Exel, I'm on your ass. I'll slap the shit out you behind my family, dog. Like, you really, your hands is dirty. You definitely got something to do with this, man. Your hands is dirty. You definitely got something to do with it. I feel it in my heart, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. Shots of Brown, baby. I love y'all.